Joe Leigh here for Seconds Out with Hannah Baggaley in Birmingham. It's been a while since we spoke, obviously, last time in Sheffield. We're here in Birmingham today for Callum Johnson, Brad Foster, Jason Cunningham, but most importantly, why are you here today? Is there some big news?
Oh, well, obviously I love boxing, and my manager's Alfie Warren, so obviously we're in and around the Queensberries, but so we're here on a bit of business as well, so yeah.
Is there? I know that there's not, too much you can say, but it seems like you're going to be fighting and being around Queensbury a lot more in the future.
Yeah, so like next year, what I can say is that I will be working full time with Queensbury.
That's really good to hear. Women's boxing.
That's exclusive. No one else heard that yet.
There we go. Next year, obviously, seems good for you. Women's boxing's blown up over the last kind of 2-3 years. Is this something that you would expected, getting in with big promoters like this and women's boxing in general, getting these kind of big stages? Because for Frank Warren, we haven't seen this before.
I know, and this is more than you can ever imagine for me, because I started out with the expectations of small hall shows, slugging it out, learning my craft, on basically not to be seen and being a nobody. And it's really escalated, going from shows on the Fight Zone. I really enjoyed my time with them. We had a great run. Things didn't work out the way that I'd hoped. But it all seems now that it's worked out for the best, and at the time it's the end of the world for you, and you're upset and you're devastated, and you've had fight after fight letdowns through different reasons, and these things can't be helped. But now there's a purpose, and I understand why it didn't work out, because something amazing's come along, and we've just got really big plans, so watch this space.
Is it going to be full-time boxing for you? Are you going to have work on the side, training part-time as well?
No, so I already gave my job up. When I decided, right, I'm just going to throw everything in, and then I ended up homeless, because I had no money, because I was spending it all on my fuel to and from training every day, and I was meant to move back into my dad's, but my dad's house wasn't ready, and there was loads of complications, and I've had some pretty low moments already. So I have started a job, just meantime, until I'm getting paid enough and more sponsors, because although I'd absolutely love to do this and not have to work during the day and rest at the minute, because I'm travelling to and from training every day, which is an hour and a half there, an hour and a half back, I just can't afford to. So yeah, unfortunately not.
So you're already dialed into the business of boxing and sometimes the politics as well in order to get that big dough?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I get compared all the time to the other female fighters that are a different type of sort of look.
Name it. I know who you're going to say. Just say it.
Ebony Bridges. They always say, that I'm on that side of the scale in terms of I'm more of a pretty girl who, is sort of trying to use the looks, but that isn't the case. And that's not the case for Ebony either. We love boxing, so I am here to take it seriously, but why can't it look good as well?
Yeah, exactly. And the first kind of, if this is going to happen, Queensbury don't currently have a female fighter, so there's a lot of potential out there. One thing that you did mention a moment ago is obviously being homeless. That's a big thing. Were you staying in a car? Where were you sleeping?
I was sofa surfing, and then my partner's mum said, listen, come and stay with us. So obviously I've been staying with them. I've still not moved back in yet. We've just managed to get my dad's house sorted back for me to move in, because I was living in my own apartment and I had to give it up because I couldn't afford it. So yeah, I'm moving back home with my dad, and I'm just going to slug it out, living at home and just try and make dreams come true.
Well, from what I've seen from boxers in the past, it makes you more hungry, kind of. I know AJ, up until I think past he was world champion, he was staying in a flat. He didn't get the big house, the big I think he was in just a normal apartment, because it kept him hungry and it kept him motivated.
Yeah, and also boxing's so lonely, and when you're eating on your deficit and you're training hard, you want them people around you who you love, and so being at home with my dad will probably benefit me, because you've got that emotional support as well, whereas when you live on your flat on your own, you go home and it's lonely days, lonely nights, training, sleep, eat, repeat, and that's all you do. So It'd be nice.
Is he going to be cooking for you as well for when you're back from training?
Definitely not. I've got an amazing meal prep sponsor called I Prep For You, and they definitely say, although my dad's a good cook, it's just like he loves his food, so it's like he'll sit there and eat a burger whilst I'm there with like, you know, my chicken and rice.
But, I just spoke about AJ obviously a couple of weeks ago. He lost to Usyk. It looks like he's going to be going into the rematch, but what did you make of that fight?
Oh, do you know what? I was gutted, but I love Usyk, so I always said going into it, I was one of those on the fence that, you know, I would have loved AJ to win, but I sort of knew that, you know, Usyk had just as good a chance, and it was inevitable. You know, you don't box a boxer. You know, you got to use your strengths. So.
Were you very feel when he won?
Did
you get it? Have you seen the clip?
No.
I have to show you.
I'm not sure what you mean on that.
So he'll get asked in an interview.
Oh, yeah, he says I don't know what that means though. So I was watching it like.
I don't think anyone does, but there's a lot of boxing tonight happening. One thing I do want to get your opinion on is obviously Fury Wilder over in America. Are you going to be staying up, and who do you think wins that?
Yeah, so we're going back to the hotel after this. We've booked the fight on the iMac. We're going to set our alarms and just get back up for it about 4 because I've got to drive home tomorrow. So I'm not going to stay up and do an all-nighter. I'm not that brave. But yeah, I do think that Fury will win. I thought he won the first. He definitely obviously won the second. And I think it'll be another third victory for him. So yeah, it probably won't be as easy this time because, you know, Wilder's going to come into it more hungry, naturally. And he seems to have put a bit of weight on, so maybe he's looking for the power shots because he obviously can't outbox him. So, you know, if he's going to use his strengths to his advantage, then maybe we'll see a better fight. But the last two, I thought that he won him easily, so yeah.
One more thing, actually. I haven't seen the fight. I presume you haven't either. But Shannon Courtenay lost tonight over in Liverpool. You've seen it? Okay, so what are your instant thoughts?
I think she's got no class whatsoever. Sorry, but I just don't. Like, she said after, oh, I thought I won that. I was landing heavy shots. Yeah, but you got completely outboxed. You know, she was lucky to get maybe 2-3 rounds. I couldn't believe the draw on the scorecard. And, you know, I then took to Twitter to see what everyone else thought, and everyone was in agreement, you know. I think she doesn't deserve the rematch because, you know, she didn't even make weight for the fight. And then when they said to her, right, you've got 2 hours, she just said, nah. Like, you know, if you want your title, that's what you do. So, personally, I don't get the girl, but, you know, it is what it is.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in the professional ring somewhere very soon. Thanks for your time.
No worries, thank you. See you.
Nice one.